Hello friends, it's Rose, you're on the RuBrick channel. Today's issue is experiments, and of course the experiments start from my city. First, modular set of police station. For the start I need another police station that will help us to upgrade, I don't know, in height or width, I haven't decided yet. I have to deconstruct it, and together with this new setup build a new one. I'm not going to record a video how I'm constructing this because I'm not sure I can do it. If there's a continuation of this video, it means I managed to do it. Therefore, for you it will be a blink, and for me maybe several days or even weeks. Let's go. Well friends, here I am, a week later. Finished my custom police station. I upgraded it in height and width also, by adding a whole floor. You're not gonna believe me, there are still some details with which in principle it would be possible to increase each floor in height, but I decided to make it similar to the original and leave the floor's height as it's supposed to be. Of course I have some issues here. For example, I don't like those windows constructed from what I had. Here you can see the gray line. It goes right here, then it becomes brown and green. Unfortunately, some flat plates were missing in color. So let's see what I got. Let's analyze the floor separately. Let's go. Firstly, I want to say it wasn't easy for me to construct two sets into one. Apparently it's not easy, and in my defense it was my first experience in reconstruction and making some custom sets, but I liked it. Even though it was difficult, I liked it, and I want to practice this further, maybe create my own, something more difficult. So what I did, here we have a prison cell and a stand, newsletter stand. Here I enhanced it for floor studs. Well, it is clear here. In the stand we have peak and the roof upgraded, and there are more newsletters now. The prison cell was harder because there's a tunnel there through which I understand someone will escape soon. It was pretty hard there. And I doubled windows and the bars from the front and back side. Well, let's talk about coffee house, shop, donuts and candy store. Well, here I doubled the entrance group. I have two doors now, and there's even a stained glass now. And here I also upgraded four studs. Here we can see that the all working zone of trading counters increased in length. Now we have two saleswomen, where I could have those minifigures. We have two box offices, and now we have two coffee machines here. So I didn't increase the counter with desserts. I decided to keep it as it was. The tile is increased. It wasn't that hard here, but the most difficult thing for me was the increase of police station, and here it increased to 8 studs. I upgraded the backside by adding one more window, and the wall is bigger now. Of course, the stair yard also became bigger below. Because of the space's increase, the floor was buckling and I had to put up a support. I didn't come up with anything supernatural. I just took the column from the front part, which, by the way, there were a lot left. I added the front part of the column here as an internal one. The reception area also increased, another phone was added. In general, the playground itself, the tiles were slightly reconstructed, but everything remained the same. Oh, the door itself, it turns out another door was added and another window was added. Well, I like the entrance group. The visor didn't increase. This is our first floor. I can also show you from behind. There is nothing supernatural from behind. One window has been added to the coffee shop. Let's go with you to the second floor. So we have the second floor like this. Well, By the way, yes, when I upgraded it, it was difficult to take into account the area of stairs at the back. Let's start with the photo studio. The photo area has increased here, a window has been added, and the same things on this side, flowers. The living area, the bed was left alone. I don't know why, but I added another musical instrument. Why not? Maybe he's a DJ. I added the dispensary from the first floor here. Well, why not? It's convenient to drink from the dispensary. Everything is the same here. I've increased the track and carpet a little bit, and that's basically it. According to the work area, I don't know who lives here, most likely detectives. 2 tables were added here on this side, I added it. And near the stairs, because the playground had increased and it was necessary to add it. This is our second floor. It looks like this from behind. Window has also been added on the front side. The third floor. I thought, by the way, that I would finish on it, but then I looked at the number of details and I think, no, I need to add another floor. Our smoking room is the same. Here on the roof, as I understand, a thief lives here. The shelves have increased here. All sorts of spices were added. Nothing interesting as far as I'm concerned. Here, oh yes, it was very difficult for me to take into account the internal stairs because when they intersected with the windows, there were also hoods. Well, to be honest, I probably redid each floor 2 or 3 times. We have a table here. And now we have 2 musical instruments too. I enlarged the windows. There's something else. And the toilet still turns out. Now there are 2 toilets. The third floor. Why the third floor? The 4th floor. We have another office on the 4th floor, apparently. And I also decided to make evidence. Evidence where all sorts of drugs are stored, but unfortunately we don't have drugs, we have gold and some kind of bag. We have a work area here, we have a coffee table here, we have an evidence board, and evidence room with shelves. So I moved the shelves from the first floor of the coffee shop here. And I also wanted to do the same with lighting, but then I forgot. Well, we have a gold here and an expensive Fabergé egg. And yes, we didn't have enough details here, but I want to order them separately to redo the windows, redo the bottom, and so I did everything that was here. But I didn't add it from anywhere. And the roof. We have another newspaper seller on the roof who pretended to be a good man. In fact, he steals donuts. And antenna has been added, the same design that we saw in the original from the smoking room. I added it here. A water tower or something like this. A bird. I also increased the roof. There seem to be enough details. Well, of course there are moments, but in principle it looks good. Yes, it is. So guys, don't judge strictly. This is my first experience. I hope it was successful. Maybe in a few years I'll look at it and say what a shame that I showed it to all my subscribers. But we are all learning. So thank you for watching this issue to the end. Thank you for your support, for leaving comments. Put likes. It was Bruce with you, the RuBrick channel. Bye.